Oh, you good, you missed.
Yeah, I wonder what the difference is. It's not our connection, that's for sure.
No, our connection screams. The joys of streaming.
So did that make it better?
Still having trouble streaming?
Oh, okay. Good, you guys know.
Okay.
You guys know it's the stream is like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just it looks like
I have very little I can do about that. We can try something.
Okay. Well, the comments seem to say everything's working a lot better. Whoops.
I have twizzled the only bit I have to twizzle.
Ouch.
What did you say? So we're not actually talking a lot about traits, the existence of traits today, but I believe there will be more information in the future. Oh, and congratulations on successfully twizzled bit.
Yeah, it's that computer science degree really working for me.
And that was the end of the counter.
Click to see if it just minimized.
No, this is the build.
Oh, this is the.
Good transition time to go to the prison build, though. That was the actual Unity editor crashing, which looks awesome, obviously.
Okay, so.
But this is the build, and this is a save game from my playthrough on Saturday, in between the big prison encounter one and the attack on the wall. So this has got the enemy grenade guys, the enemy heavy gunner guys, plus I've got a party full of guys with pretty powerful weapons too. So I want to see the way you do it, because I know the way that I did it yesterday resulted in one dead body.
So let me address some of these questions real quick. So, going through this list, there is no plan for kung fu or martial arts in the game. However, there will be brawling or fist weapons, which we have not shown yet at all.
Don't use the rocket either.
The maximum capacity. The maximum capacity is not 40 rounds. I don't know if you saw something that showed 40 rounds. There's going to be. You have the ability to mod weapons, and so depending on how you modded the weapon, you'll have different capacities, but the starting should not be 40. I don't believe there's an option to turn off the star at the character's feet. However, I'm not entirely sure that's final, so it may change.
Yeah, that's we call that working placeholder.
Combat grid, I'm not aware how close to final that is. Someone else would probably have to speak to that. As far as the actual size and shape, that's, I believe, pretty near final.
It's going to stay a collection of squares.
It will still be a grid, right?
The art of those squares is subject to change. So you actually plan before you go into the combat?
Yeah, I actually use tactics.
Oh! I should try that. That explains all the dead bodies I had yesterday.
So, I don't know that we have a specific katana per se, but we do have some very katana-like weapons that are not in, and I wouldn't necessarily rule that out going forward.
I think his second turn he'll use a special attack.
Yeah. Oh, I have too many guys close together.
So you're getting a chance right now to see one of our first special heavy weapon users. This. Oh,
I didn't think it was gonna kill him.
Right after I said that.
That's all right. We can go into the cave.
Okay, we'll show you another one. All right, so we'll wait till we get back there, and I'll fill you guys a little in more on some of his abilities and what he does.
You gonna use that ladder to flank? Oh, nice. So even if he'd survived, he would have lost his cover and had to probably move.
Yep.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Were we gonna get Josh in here to talk about some of the death animations?
Oh yeah.
Adrian, it's a great point about the death animations. We're going to actually bring in our lead animator right now, and he's going to talk a little bit about some of the changes we made to the death system.
You ever seen a host of a live broadcast just walk off camera before?
I just done.
We're innovating here at Exile. Hey Josh, come over here and stand between these two guys.
Okay.
And wave to the little camera with the blue light.
Hello.
Josh Stripberg is the sole animator on the project. It has created everything you've seen so far. Why don't you comment specifically about the stuff that you've seen go in recently?
Well, like a big overhaul over our damage systems and how much reactivity we get from damage, which I think still has some room for, you know, some extra stuff we're going to put in, and then put in a bunch of extra deaths. But that's something I think we're going to expand on too. Before there's going to be some surprises.
Yeah, I think the death animations that have gone in have been so awesome that we want to steer towards getting a lot more of those.
More awesome, yeah. And that'll definitely happen. Yeah, just trying to make everything feel smooth and keep the you know, the pacing of the combat.
There
so
we
that it
go.
still feels
Oh,
nice,
this guy.
and everything kind of transitions in a smooth from one to the other.
They're asking you to just project a little. Yeah.
Are they? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Nobody can hear me?
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah. Oh. Alright, run back off the start of the level and let's jump into the cave.
Yeah, we need flying body parts. Or,
Yes, we have been working on our flying body part tech, so that is coming.
yes.
Oh yeah, you can just go in the back door of the cave right there.
You know, Fallout's death animations. They had
wrong way.
the
It doesn't
you know,
work.
the
I hit
advantage
the
of
landmine.
using sprites, so they were able to do a lot more, you know, kind of creative things using sprites. But that doesn't mean we don't have some tricks up our sleeves too that we're gonna do.
Alright, so there's more grenade guys and heavy weapon guys hidden in this Red Scorpion Militia secret hideout.
So the heavies that you're going to see coming up here have our first special type attack. So you'll notice that they'll pick one character and they'll fire a burst off at him, and that's a standard attack. You'll notice after a brief period, when the conditions line up, that he'll do a spray kind of across the room. And this is an idea we want to kind of advance across the board with our special type enemies, and, you know, possibly in the future with players. So that step, along with the changes made to the shotgun, that kind of area targeting, give us a lot to play with as far as what we can do going forward. So we're hoping to get a lot more of those in the future, hopefully shortly.
So the other thing that I thought was unique as I was playing this weekend with the Red Scorpion AI versus what we've seen before in the Wreckers is they seem to really like to use the Overwatch or the Ambush or whatever it's called this week, which really surprised me how much that sort of changed how I moved around the world. Are there are there any other special things that they do? I mean, what is the personality behind the characters? Because I saw like the grenade guys, every time they toss a grenade at me, they like ran like hell.
Their personality is to throw the grenade, get to cover, or get near a friend for combat, for safety. If you get too close to them, then they'll pull out their pistol and then they'll shoot you, get some distance, and throw the grenade, because they they're the AOE guys, so they want to throw grenades like crazy.
Yeah, so one of the things we really wanted to focus on in this pass was to kind of add a little more of those personality moments to the AI. So you'll notice, we'll start out with a couple sentence description on what we want an AI to be. The grenadiers should be, for what we started out with was they should be kind of scared. They only have a grenade. We want them to be opportunistic and kind of cowardly. And so we use, the things we have at hand to kind of tweak them so that they'll act like that. So you'll notice the grenade guys will throw a grenade. He's in cover now. He's probably going to stay there. So he then moves to a taller piece of cover. And then, you'll notice as things get kind of destroyed.
I'll just skip my turn.
He'll move around. He wants to stay away from you. He wants to.
Oh, nice shot.
We want them to appear somewhat intelligent, and the smarter they get, the better placement their grenades are going to be. So a smarter or higher level enemy will wait until he can get a couple of your rangers in for one shot before doing it. They'll try to retreat if you get too close to them. So things like this that we use not only to make them intelligent.
See, there's the Overwatch I was talking about.
Yep. We want them to not only look intelligent, but we also want them to have character as well. That's a big part of what makes this fun.
Oh, Scotchmo took over.
So, and in case you guys don't remember, the shield icon that pops up when you hit certain enemies means that the damage was reduced. So the shotguns have pretty poor penetration. Decent damage, doesn't get through armor very well.
So let's remind everyone about that system. So the penetration value of the bullet has to be higher than the armor class of the guy you're attacking to be able to get the penetration damage. And in that scenario, the penetration damage is a bonus to whatever regular damage that bullet was going to do.
There he goes.
Yes, and the bigger the discrepancy... So the bigger the discrepancy between the penetration value and the armor value, the more the damage is reduced by.
Right. Okay, so there's a nice little working example of an enemy's special attack. He did the spray everybody with bullets, and it's kind of a nice combination of animation, design, and everything plugging into a system that was ready and waiting for it. So we're feeling that it's nice and modular and that we can layer this stuff in across multiple enemies.
Ralphie is down.
Okay,
Ralphie is down.
What an amazing segue into talking about the new medic and surgeon skills.
Yes. So we listened. There was quite a bit of confusion on how to use the field medic and surgeon skills in our last go through.
This is actually one of the biggest changes, in my opinion, for the benefit of this build is that the game just plays much better when you can heal your guys in a very simple way. And it was a little bit of a struggle without the rest of the interface being done in the original update. So let's explain how it works.
So right off the top, we want to encourage people to use the skills from the actual skill itself, instead of having to go through the backpack and searching through and finding the exact item that I need to use.
Friendly
right
fire! Scotchmo just hurt my guy.
Yeah, Scotchmo's out of control.
So
Pills is your medic, so whenever she comes up...
Yeah, whenever she shows up. So when she comes up, we'll show you. But
just don't skip past her.
Okay, so there's
it?
okay. All right, so she's moving over to the down character. She's going to click on the surgeon skill and then click on the person you want to use the skill on. This screen that pops up is going to populate with items that are contextually usable. So if your character is down right now, the first thing you need to do is get them back up again before you worry about removing any status effects or actually healing them. So what shows up right now is the basic trauma kit, which is what you'll use to get people from a down state into a revived or standing up state when they've gone down.
So a real quick reminder for everyone. So Field Medic is a skill that you're going to use with items to be able to restore hit points to your characters as you run around the world. So your health packs, your bottles of aspirin, and it's used in the same way. By clicking on Field Medic, you can get to those items. They pop up and only they pop up. Once a character has actually gone into the unconscious, and we have the 5 layers of unconsciousness, is that right? Surgeon skill is the only skill you can use to get them back on their feet.
Okay, so
What's their status here?
So if you want, you can actually still go through the backpack and click on the items if that's what you prefer. We've left that open for you. So go ahead and select the item you want to use, and then select.
Do I have enough AP?
Not anymore.
Oh,
so
no, okay.
he did do one use of a trauma kit on her, or on him, but it used
You had to move.
like 5 AP because he had to run across the world to do it. So now you don't have enough AP to heal that person again in this turn. You've got to make it through another combat round before you can try to restore that guy.
No problem.
Is that the last person?
That's because you're using
Nope.
my super
Yeah.
powerful guys that I spent 30 hours creating.
Don't kill that last person.
Oh, don't?
Not until you get a chance to do this. Show him inside combat.
Inside combat.
Yeah.
And then we'll show
Well, I
medic
can't
outside.
speak for Scotchamo or
Yeah, one of the things with the CNPCs you add to your party is, depending upon how high your leadership skill is, sometimes you lose control of them.
Okay.
And no matter what your best laid plans are, they will sometimes derail you.
So this is our first skill in combat that actually takes more than one turn. So you see this timer icon overhead. It's going to knock their turns back a certain amount of time while she's in there operating right now.
So she's doing the surgical repair on him. Meanwhile, combat is moving on. So I see that even though she's here using the suture skill, she's still in the action bar over here and
Correct.
slowly rising up to the top to get her next turn.
Okay, and there you go. That was the use was successful. The character is now risen. They've been given a certain amount of hit points, starting hit points based on the item you use and your skill level.
And the status effect.
Yeah, can you hover over the status effect? So when a character goes down, depending on how far down this track they go, when they are raised up, when they are revived, they gain a status effect. Now the status effect is something you're given, which is a combination of the fact you've just been cut on in the battlefield by a surgeon and that you were wounded. Now these cannot be removed in any other way other than just waiting a certain amount of time, generally 300 seconds right now, waiting for those to just go away naturally. That's your body healing from the wound you just took.
All right. Give him some aspirin, see if it helps his headache.
And take him down.
Oh, Scotchamo.
Shotgun, short range, short range. Not so much with the energy weapon. Sometimes when you're on the last guy, you have to just go with the full frontal assault, man.
Nice.
Yay! Alright, so now we can take a minute after the combat here has ended and heal people up. Actually, the person who needs the most healing is Pills, who's also our doctor. So let her field medic herself.
You see the field medic works with the contextual window just like surgeon does. It's going to give you the option to use whatever items are going to work right now.
Apparently I'm a little light on health packs at the
Yeah,
moment.
right. So those are 14. Those look like you're using the basic the health packs as well. Which is probably why.
I have some extra strength ones. 20.
Well.
That's almost as much as a level 1 health pack. That's awesome.
Life is hard in the wasteland.
I'm sure we're going to change the animation for that pills usage.
Yes.
Oh,
So
yeah,
this,
right.
some kind of,
Yeah, right now everything is sharing the
Yeah,
same
Some
one.
kind of pill chode.
yeah.
Oh man, that's making me hungry.
Roast pork.
Do you wanna loot them? Show them the looting.
Oh yeah.
Probably
Loot!
doesn't change much. Have they seen much of the backpack?
Yeah, we showed the backpack, but we didn't show that this is the loot system being changed over to use the backpack system we showed you earlier. So you can pretty quickly and easily slide things around in the right guy. I spent hours this weekend like making sure every single item was equipped by the right guy and I'd given the right guy the right thing. Give
go up? No,
No, it's Brian Fargo lurking our stream.
Well, I try.
They can't see you over there.
Yeah, it's too laggy in my office. I'm hoping it's not as laggy in live.
No, it's just as laggy. It's actually streaming perfectly. We just stop and stutter a lot.
So you'll notice the portraits on the right. Those are each of the lootable bodies that you're in close proximity to. So you can kind of click through them.
So go back to the first one. So I know that Big Bert is my shotgun guy, so I always give him the shells, and then she's the doc, so you slide that one over, and then it doesn't matter who gets the scrap, so anyone can take that. If you pick up that saw, somebody's going to be encumbered because I picked up every piece of equipment in the entire Wasteland.
Do you have a saw gunner right now?
Yes. I went back, because even after I got to the end of the beta, I kept playing and I leveled guys up. All my guys now have heavy weapon skill, so I have a 5-saw party.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Unfortunately, I've bought every single piece of ammo that's for sale in the Wasteland, and none of my saws have any ammo left.
So we, on my machine, we have a bunch of different of these heavy weapons just kind of waiting to go in. So that'll be exciting when we push a build out with all of those different weapons.
Yeah, so we have the law rockets you can use in this build. There's grenades all over the place. The saw, I said that already.
Landmines, that's new, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
You
can't place them, but there are several spots in the level that have landmines. You get to experience them blowing up, which has some impact on some quest stuff. But I don't want to do any spoilers with that stuff today. What else? Oh, the RPG.
Turrets.
Oh, the turrets. Couple great working examples. 2 working examples of turrets in the game. One, when you go up Goat Mountain, the try to talk to Red, you get introduced to turrets. And I will say, this update has much more of an ending than any update we've done before. If you decide to go all the way to the prison proper, you'll get to see what a hardcore turret looks like.
How much does Brian Fargo bench? More than Chuck Norris.
All right.
You want to get us some turrets? Do we want to show those? Or?
No, I don't want to pimp anything
Okay.
too much, man. This update's only been out for an hour. No one's even played to it naturally yet. We might do a stream later in the week or early next week where we do a little bit more run through on prison and show some of the new content. That's about it.
Honey badgers are new, aren't they?
Oh yeah, you can go to the other cave, except you have to go out the back door because the front door is going to be blocked. So one thing I will say about this update that I think is really unusual for the type of game that we're making here with Wasteland 2 is that we talk about a lot of the content being added because we've added the prison level, but it's a lot more than that, in that just adding the prison level meant that there are things that had to get put back into the other levels that people have played a little bit before that sort of tie the world together. Plus we've added additional what we call cops maps, which are sort of one-off maps that are sometimes outside of the scope of the main story, sometimes related to the main story, but they're sort of standalone maps. So we put a lot of new content in. Are you showing off bugs now? What'd you find?
That was a bug.
You've got almost everybody in your party ready to level up. Call Vargas on the radio.
Radio made it worse.
Yeah, you're not on anybody. There you go. Scroll back to somebody.
Not everyone's
Okay,
here.
so now you've leveled up. You can see in the HUD icons that people have points to distribute. Give you a little C. Now we just figure out what we want to level up. I need more of that. I need more of that.
Where your point isn't close enough.
Do. There seems to be a bug with those buttons.
Oh yeah. I think it's more of that stuff.
Good old Scotchmo. I'm making him a brawler.
So Adrian brought up something that I kind of want to take head on. So the shotgun spread is absolutely too wide, but it kind of depends on your definition of too wide. I'm a big fan of guns. We tried a bunch of different times to get in really realistic shotgun mechanics, and flat out, this is just more fun. It's more fun, and this is coming from someone that gets really annoyed at how shotguns are kind of implemented in games across the board, first-person shooters. But if you want a game that really has distinct character between all the weapons, you just need to vary it a little different, and to have something that then kind of controls an area. It's wider, it's more distinct, it's easier to see the differences between them. I think just across the board, this ended up being a better choice, and I fought it from the beginning. And as the combat guy, as the gun guy, I really wanted them. I really wanted a chance to make them work right, and they just are so much better this way.
Yeah, I really experienced that quite a bit in the run through this weekend with because we have friendly fire. You got to really think ahead about where the hell you're putting your shotgun guy, and oftentimes I was making a decision of, I'll wound my guy too, just because I have such a good shot that might get two of them. It introduced more strategy than I was expecting.
Yeah. So one of the things I would like to get in, and we're still kicking this around, is I think a damage fall off would help us a little bit more too. A little bit of a damage fall off, so the shotguns aren't doing a ton of damage, like they're full damage at ranged. I think would be an interesting thing to try out. It's probably our next step. But yeah, I really like where they are right now.
And then another note someone's commented on. So we've done the upgrade to the backpack system and the character sheet system. The next two things that are going to get that same love are going to be the store system, as well as the normal dialogue keyword button system. That's all still using the old art. So that's some of the next things we're doing. Wow. It's been an hour. We've run out of things to talk about.
Right. Well, are we going to do...
Any other questions from you guys before we sign off and go back to work?
They'll see it. They'll look bad. It's the teleporter guys getting split thing.
So there is not a crafting system right now for medical items. We do have a weapon mod system that is in. I don't know if they've shown it yet. That might be something we want to hold back on. I know there's some work that needs to be done to it. When that's done, that will probably be something we feature heavily in another release or update. I'm not sure what the schedule is on that, but it is there. It is cool. I don't know how much we can say about it other than that.
That's more than enough.
Okay. Finish the game.
Well, then maybe we should go back to work before the crowd turns on us. We're going to do lots more of these, and just anytime we get something cool that we want to show, we'll just pop up unannounced and start streaming until somebody notices. So keep an eye on our various forms of social media, and we'll communicate our plans to you.
Cool. Have I been talking out of frame the whole time?
It's because you're talking to the microphone.
Right, the camera's right there.
That disembodied voice you heard was Devin. They're trying to figure out how I can talk and not move my lips at the same time. That's all. Thank you all, and we'll see you next time. Now get back to work.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy the game.
Thanks. I brought in pen and paper.